Hi, I'm back here at the library. It's 12:17 p.m. on a Thursday, January 16th. I think I'm going to pursue just spitting out as many videos as quick as I can now without any hesitation, without trying to outline them, because it's just taking up too much time. I'm going to call these sloppy joes, and I'm going to make sure that I present myself with information that's I believe is crucial to people understanding, knowing. I'm not the know-it-all. Metaphysically, I believe that I don't have, at this point, as many metaphysical abilities or skills as you younger folks. As I've said in the past, Jay has outlined that older folks don't have brains that grow to accommodate all the metaphysicality that I can. I had my crank up in when I was 65, and that was, what date was it? That was September 5th of 2017. So I got to do something because things are happening in my life here that are really conflicting with the idea of just taking a chill and drafting something that'll sound canned anyway. So I think you people will appreciate this, the direction I'm going to go. And of course, I'm learning as I go in my narration style, and I'm very cognizant of that because, Jay said in the past that people won't listen to me. Or no, the words were, people aren't going to listen to you. So I always have that in the back of my mind that I've really got to be good at what I have to say. And I don't know what to say. He didn't say that out of spite or to piss me off. He just was letting me know because everybody else who's published videos as cranker uppers, Source or whomever from the spiritual foundation that Jay originally created, they don't get as many views as they should compared to all those other videos out there. People are getting thousands and hundreds of thousands of views. We're talking about Hollywood desk type publications. So, people like the glamour of listening to all the popular jargon. I'm just here wanting to share the experience I'm going through. I'm not the know-it-all. Hopefully people can compare, contrast, adopt to some of the stuff I talk about myself, but we all have different frequencies. There's no way that you could ever copy me or me copy you. We're just passing on points to one another, right? If those of you who've been cranked would ever get off your duff, no offense, and publish videos. And I guess the last thing I have to say about this is that I'm trying to inspire, with some difficulty, of course, those that are muggles. They haven't been cranked up yet because this is powerful stuff if you go through the process. At this time, Jay is retired from cranking people up with a DNA ICUC. Now you have to go to counselors, source consultants to do this. In moving on, how long have I been at this? 3 minutes, just about 4 minutes. I want to comment on people who've left comments underneath my videos. And there are several people I want to talk about. Just briefly, a person by the name of NR13SC from Belgium made the comment that I should be turning up the volume on my videos. And I'm working on that. It's taken forever because I have so much on my mind and things I'm doing, but that get in the way of just the simple act of doing that. I'm assuming is a very small administrative detail that I can find on YouTube. Nonetheless, I'll get to it as soon as I can. And my apologies. I'm starting to produce videos here in the lunchroom of the library I go to, the only place I can gather internet access at. So maybe that helps in the meantime. Next person I want to talk to is Christine Kreischer 5219. She's in the past Christine, if you're listening, I appreciate your comments. You know, the support I'm receiving from you, even in the smallest ways, gives me the confidence that I'm on the right track, trying to help people. That's all I want to do is help people pass on my legacy of metaphysicality to others if it fits them. That's the whole point. The next person I want to talk to is layers of reality. I had actually a really nice telephone conversation with this person on the 8th, Wednesday, uh, January 8th, and we shared our metaphysical skills with one another, what we could do, what we couldn't do. And she brought up, I don't want to give out her name yet unless I get her permission, but she brought up the topic of uh, being able to communicate with the spirit guides, and probably I need to talk about that as quickly as I can here in a minute. But for you folks out there, I've given out my email address that you can contact me with. At this time, it might be easier to talk with people who've had crank ups. So again, we can compare notes and pass on tips or whatever to one another of how to, go forward in the direction we want to go to. I'm all about quantum energy, and I see this stuff. Uh, Now it's going 30 feet out of my fingers, my hands. And I'm probably going to have to produce another video on that. I can't produce these videos quick enough because the guy downstairs he's out to get me 24 hours a day with loud music, and landlord doesn't want to do anything about it as nepotism. And I hate talking about this over and over again. Uh, I've got to resolve this somehow. But anyway, I could be cranking out at least 100 freaking videos. Okay, I have so much I can say. My perspectives, of course, but it's holding me back. I can't do these publications or productions at home because of the noise. So with regard, getting back to layers of reality, if you folks ever want to contact me and talk about stuff, that's fine. I'm probably the most helpful with people who have had their DNA ICUC. I don't know how long I'll have this direct communication link offered. So take advantage of it now. This person's the only person who's ever talked to me so far. And when was that that I produced as a video giving my direct email again? I can't remember offhand. Moving on though, I got an interesting comment from British Tim in video number 25, and I number all my videos. And he was saying that I'm introducing maybe fear porn, and I'm not trying to embarrass him at all. I've actually asked him to contact me directly, and let's talk about this. The information I'm producing, included within this particular video, is direct information I'm getting online from news sources like Infowars.com or Banned, BANNED.video, where you have the most up-to-date, real-time information about what's going on in the news, behind the news out there. And it's I've listened to this website for years, both these websites for years, and it's helped me tremendously in being able to see what's coming up on the horizon in front of us. And this world's in topsy-turvy situation, and it's going to collide with what JSX is going to do when he reaches into his bucket list of 3 things he wants to do. So what I'm introducing in this particular video is a kind of a condensed list of the most important things one should look at in preparing for the calamity that's coming. And I really do believe that's funny. I was about to say I really boo. I really do believe Jay Essex has the abilities to do what he's doing and irrevocably change the humanity, actually the existential humanity that we're living in currently. Let me go on though. I don't want to harp on this gentleman, but I hope he he responds to me, and we have this ongoing conversation and see what I can do to add to, or him adding to my perception. We're all, by the way, influenced by normalcy bias. We've had such great lives here living in the U.S. And when anything is tragic at what's appearing on the horizon here is going to happen, you know, you got to think in terms of self-preservation, and that's all I'm doing is offering my experience and links to where one can go to assist you in your own strategic design to help yourself, your family, your friends, your community, so on and so forth. So what am I gonna lead into? You know, it's interesting when I was talking to this gal. What a nice person! She made my night. She's really accommodating. I called her up at home, and we were talking about all kinds of stuff. And I hope I can have this ongoing link with her because it's rare in my life now to meet nice people for whatever reason. You know, so she filled the bill that night, and she brought up again the topic of speaking to one's spiritual guides, and that is a big subject, I think, for maybe most people. It's a hard thing to do. In the past, Jay Essex has 11 minutes into this thing. Jay has talked about, oh, you know, you just relax and let them come to you, and it's like it's nothing for him. What are they doing? Sending him Morse code, or is it all pictures? How can he talk about the communication scenes or the lines of speech between an ET and himself? You know, that only require just visible pictures. I don't know about that. You know, maybe he can do it, but he's never exactly talked about that. Nor has a source consultants ever I've been to, what, 4 or 5 of them. Nor have they talked about this with me, how they have that ability. You know, during these consults, you know, with a source consult, you want to gush out as much information and questions as you can about your own, you know, jacked up self. After DNA ICUC, you forget some of the kind of the basic stuff you need to cover. So I haven't heard anyone talk about how it is that they do it. Now, with reservation, I have to say that in the past, Monique Pina, one of my favorite source people, she used to have all these videos on YouTube discussing interaction with the I'm losing it here, with the spiritual guides. I can't recollect though exactly the process she goes to in reaching them herself. They would come to her. Anyway, I'll research that. I pretty much download most of the her exceptional videos, which I'd love to talk about at some point. That's where I get this idea that I can come up with 100 videos and give my opinions about stuff. So it's taken me forever, and you folks out there who have experience with their spiritual guides, tell me, give me a comment in the video below here how you're able to do it, and I'll pass it on. I have at the last moment actually been finally able to understand how they're talking to me, and it's taken forever because I've still, to this day, 7.5 freaking years after a DNA ICUC, it's taken me this long for my body to evolve so that I understand the what it is they're doing, but understand the rationale behind this. What am I trying to say? My mind is always in a quandary. I'm always dizzy still, years later after a crank up. And Jay said that would be kind of the standard for us. Well, me even more so because I've got diabetes and I just, you know, it's hard to shake. So I'm assuming it's part and parcel of each other that keeps me like this. That's why it's just hard to think clearly. Anyway, enough with that. So my body, until only recently, has begun to recognize the patterns that I've been going through, and the physical feeling of a spirit guide talking to me, and I'm trying to remain open to them, and they might give me a prick or an audible tone that signifies that they acknowledge that I'm correct in what I'm talking about. Typically, I'll get any type of physical response to what I say that they want to comment on, or what I'm about to say, or give me acknowledgement, give me appreciation, even laugh at me, for what I'm saying. They have a sense of humor too, you'll find out. But I get these, I get anything from the nose runs, or tears coming down, or more recently, I'll explain why. I get these growling sensations in my neck, in the pineal area, or in my thorax, and beneath my chest, and it's just little spurts of like that. And what's that coming from? But these things always just precede or follow what it is that perhaps may need to have comment or approval on. And the issue, the conflict I've always had is this freaking kinetic energy, man. It's freaking out of control. I can't do anything without it hurting me. I point my fingers, and Jay has talked about this. He showed in one of his videos, and darn it, I downloaded it, but I can't remember the title of it. He showed his viewers that it comes out of the fingers, and I've been doing that already. He showed that you can focus and concentrate it by putting your fingers together, which I can do. But the fact is, this stuff runs through my body and exudes, and it is expressed 24 hours a day, whether I'm walking or sleeping or what. And when I focus this energy inadvertently, like putting my arms at the side of myself when I'm sleeping, the energy emanates out, and I can feel this. It comes out of my fingers and it hits my feet, and it F's up my feet. And with peripheral neuropathy, which I have, most people who have diabetes have peripheral neuropathy, where your nerves start dying, and it starts, I think, basically in the feet, like it has with me, and in the past. And hold on a second, I wanted to show you guys, and I'll have to do that next time. And so then I have to go through a relaxation process once I wake up and get out of bed, and blah 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 blah. It's a drag. And then when I walk, I've talked about this stuff before. When I walk and my arms are swinging at my side, my left hand typically will swing past my knee. My knee is weak for whatever reason, and it hurts. It just hurts. It aches. So it goes on and on and on and on. And I've always been, in the beginning, amazed that I'm doing this stuff myself, but now it gets to be a drag. And so here I am talking about my physiokinetics ability, and that I'll explain here in a second, although I'm going into 18 minutes now. Oh man, maybe I should wrap this up and then pursue what I'm going to say in another follow-up video real quick. In fact, I should do that right now, huh? I hate to go beyond 15 minutes, although it's just hard. The communication, I'll finish it in this next video, okay? So, sayonara, and I always say be good, but be kind now, okay? That's real important. I'm going to have a video on that sucker.